Bonnie, oh my goodness, Lenny and I are doing a cooking video together. I'm so excited. If you saw some of our previous cooking videos, you'll know how much fun we have with these. He is in Johnstown. I am in Cleveland. He is making a fennel citrus salad. I'm going to be making a drink to go with it. And this is actually a dish that he would like to see as a candle. So I'm going to let Lenny start us out here.
Hey everyone, Lenny Pinna here in the kitchen of my childhood home in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. The other day when I did a candle review here for the first time, got a lot of comments about liking my retro 70s kitchen, which my father did all by himself in 1970. He was a jack of all trades and did a great job. And I talked about the countertops being cantaloupe, which was what my mother picked, and it was her favorite color, not orange, but cantaloupe. So I think in honor of the 70s and my mother's orange and the salad that I want to show you tonight is fennel and citrus salad that has pink grapefruit, cara oranges, blood oranges, and maybe I'll throw a navel orange in as well. So the colors are all like the shirt as well. I had told, maybe on a live or one of the videos, probably months ago or a year ago, when asked what would be a candle that I would want to, a scent that I would want, and I said fennel grapefruit, and it's because of this salad. And so I'm going to bring the scent that I would really like in a candle to life in this salad. But I also want to show you this beautiful salad that's easy to make and really fun, very beautiful, decorative. So I think you'll enjoy. So I'm going to start with the grapefruit, pink grapefruit, and show you how I learned how to. First of all, this salad is really an homage to the restaurant I worked at in Berkeley, California, Chez Panisse, and so I give them all the credit for everything I learned. But even how to actually do the slicing of the citrus. I was a waiter, but I learned a lot from the cooks. They shared a lot of their information. So they showed me how to kind of like take the outside skin off. They probably do a much better job than me, but I've enjoyed it. And my friends have really enjoyed this salad. You can see there that you get all the, just put all of these in a container for now. And I think I'll just slice them all first, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. So just get some of that white pith off the sides, and I'll slice the other one. So you take the ends off first, and then you get behind the skin. Let's see if you can see this here. Behind the skin on the side, and you just follow it down and around. Okay. I guess you need a sharp knife. My knives are never sharp. So, but this one is working out pretty well. It's happening. And then you can kind of come up at the top and skim off. You know, I cut away from myself. Okay, to get that white pith off. All right. And you can kind of see here what it looks like when it has all of that off. All right, now I'm going to do cara oranges, which is my favorite citrus. It looks like a navel orange. Let me see, do I have the right? I better have it. Yes, this is my cara. It looks like a navel orange, but it's a cross between a pink grapefruit and a navel orange. So it has sort of a salmon color. See how, yes, it does. Very nice. Not orange, not cantaloupe, salmon. The salmon color. It is one of the sweetest citrus if you haven't had it. I love them. I was only introduced to them in California several years ago, again, at the restaurant. Learn to just love them. Just skim off that. There we go. White pith. I'll get more of it off in a little bit. My other cara cara. You can use any amount of citrus. You'll see how I build this salad up. But I'm using kind of like 2 and 2 and 2 to make a little platter. You can do it for 1. You can do it for 10. You can, I've built some huge platters depending on the amount of people I've had over. So I'm doing this one just so it has a nice little presentation on an oval platter. There's the salmon color cara cara. Okay, so I got those. Now the blood oranges. I always get a couple extra blood oranges because I definitely like the blood oranges that have some deeper color. Sometimes, you get them with a little lighter, but this is, for me, this salad, look how deep that is. It's all about color, creating a beautiful palette of different shades in the orange family. Okay. There we got one of the blood oranges. Get the other blood orange. See, there we go. Look at that one's lighter. Let's hope the other end is dark. If not, I have a couple other. No, this one's on the light side. I'm going to see if I have another one that... I'm wanting the darker color. Let's hope. Oh, look at that. Scored. On one end, though, a little light. But it's so funny how blood oranges work. I love them. I love the flavor. I love the colors and the beauty of them. And so, we got our blood oranges. I don't have Bonnie here as my sous chef to help me out to clear things or to keep you company while I'm doing some work. So I'll do my best here. This was just an impromptu idea. I had all this extra citrus, and I thought, I've been wanting to show you guys this, and we haven't had a place to do it. But then the other day when I did the candle review in this kitchen, Bonnie said, I think that kitchen would work out. So I said, I'm gonna give it a try. All right, so I'm gonna throw in a navel orange. Is this my name? Yes, just for another color. It's much more yellow. Who knows? I might throw in that other blood orange in too as well once I see. Okay. So now look at all these colors I got here. All these beautiful colors. I'll put them in a bowl so you can just see them all. We got all these beautiful colors there. All right, so now the fun begins. Oh, I think I'm going to wipe off my board first with a paper towel. Just get the excess juice off. Because really it's all about putting it together now. There's a few other steps we're going to need a mandolin for, and that'll be for the fennel and shallots. Okay, I have this right here to throw it all in the compost. There we go. So now I have a platter. It's a pinkish platter. I thought would be very pretty, along with my pinkish bowl. And we begin with the pink grapefruit. Okay, so I create pinwheels of about 3/8 inch thick. For me, they end up looking like flowers. Now, you can take that try to get the little piths out of the middle. I don't mind some of the pith. It's all up you can be as picky as you want if you want those little pithy things out. Anyway, I start just placing them on the plate just to get started. They're my base. The pink grapefruit is the base. Oops, got to be careful I don't slip there. All right. And also, if you see the seeds, get those out as well. All right, there we go. So I have now the bottom pink. Now I'm going to do the Cara Cara oranges. That's next, the salmon color. And cut that pink. And I start putting them as another layer over top of that. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. So I'm building up layers of these, what I think are like flowers or pinwheels, whatever you want to call them, of color. Now I think I'm going to throw in that navel orange to give it a little contrast of this brighter golden yellowish orangish color. I do the blood orange last for size. I'm just going to, I'm going to kind of tuck these in between. I can see now with the Cara Caras, they kind of, oh, look. They create a nice little break up there. Oops, I lost one there. All right, so then blood oranges. They're a little soft. I'm not quite getting what I want out of these. I was used to, when in California, oh my God, the most amazing blood oranges. Well, this one I'll just piece together a little bit for color. But I think I'm going to use, oh, I have another blood orange too. Let's just see what this color one is. That's why I get those extra blood oranges. Just, nah, it's a little on the yellow side, but I'll still put it in anyway to add some extra variance. I just kind of, okay, I'm going to take that one out. Put the darkers together. Okay, so I kind of have that going. I would love just a few more of the darker blood oranges. Now, the first thing I do is quickly just, oh, where did I put my salt and pepper here? I forgot to bring it out. I just sprinkle a little salt and just a touch of pepper. Then, it's all about vinegars. So I'm going to, if you get champagne vinegar, I highly recommend it. The little bit of sweetness in champagne vinegar is what really sort of brings out the sweetness of the citrus. So you'll see I use different vinegars at different times. So right now I'm putting a little white wine vinegar on, along with extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to use two different olive oils in this salad as well. So you want the extra virgin drizzle right over the citrus. That flavor with the citrus is really delicious. I'll end up using a lighter olive oil with the fennel. So now, fun. I probably should have peeled this first, but I'm just trying to show you how quick it kind of comes together by just doing the whole thing right in front of you, rather than having things already prepared. I'm letting you see how it works. So shallot. I remember seeing one of those funny cards of a like 50s, 60s woman of the house saying, my life would be mediocre if it weren't for shallots, or something like that. My life would be mediocrity if it weren't for shallots. I just think it's so funny. Because they are really cool. Now, the fun, I hope if you don't have one of these, I use this a lot. It's a Japanese mandolin. And what you do is, let me see if I got the right part. Underneath is a little knob, and it raises or lowers so you get thinness. So what I want to do is I want to get these shallots almost paper thin. Yeah, I got like this. I don't know if you can see that. They're just almost, they're a little bit more than translucent, but they're just paper thin. So I just do a bunch of those. See, there they are. And I do a lot of what, as when I worked in this restaurant, I used to say, it just falls from heaven. You just let it fall from heaven, and let it be. There's just something so beautiful about this natural way in which things just drop. You know, you kind of know areas you're placing them, but you just kind of let them drop and do their thing, and they just end up providing beauty. I'm going to put a little couple extra shallot. I love the shallot. Man, the complement of shallot to citrus and fennel is amazing. This is what ties the whole salad together. Is this shallot. So let's see if I can show you that now at that angle without the juice falling all over. All right, so there. This is the bottom layer of the salad. The next, I'm going to put that aside now for a moment, out of the way, and I'm going to concentrate on the fennel. I love fennel. It's one of my favorite flavors. So first thing is kind of peel a little bit of the outside one off, but not too much because there's not that much there. I cut them in half first, right through the middle, like this. There you go, so you can see. And then there's this wedge, like the core, and I wedge it out of there, make like a V to get it out, because it's a little harder. It's like, you know, the heart of celery kind of thing. It's like the heart of the fennel, the part that is the base that grows close to the root. So then you sort of have this wedge cut in. I do that to both of them. I kind of use like one fennel. When I think about people, if I'm having like, well, two people, almost like a half per two. Like one, you can almost do, it depends how big of a salad, depends how many people and how much you want to serve. But I generally use like one, definitely one fennel for two, but with 2 to 4, all depending on the size. So now I get my mandolin again, and this time I open it up a little bit more and I don't want these paper thin, but I don't want them too thick. It's a really interesting, there, I think I got it. I want them to have a little crunch, but not too thick. Maybe I'm just going to just a hair less. And I slice those into a bowl. Now, you obviously have to be very careful on these Japanese mandolins. They're very sharp. So I hold it around the top here and keep working down. Sometimes the fennel breaks up a little bit, so I have to kind of do it in pieces. They're a little tricky, depending how tight they are. But I'll go back with little bits and remnants, and I'll slice those down. Okay, so I'll show you what I have here. Look at this. This nice texture of sliced fennel. I'm going to do all of it now. Ah, the scent of fennel, fresh fennel. Oh, that's why I would want a candle with this. This with citrus, so spring, summery, so fresh. All right, just get my extra pieces out of the way. So now I got a nice little pile in here. Yeah. Just do a little of the salt, a little of the pepper. Now, options. I sometimes put a little bit of red wine vinegar in this because it has a little bit more of a tartness. So I put a little of that. But either way, either all lemon or little red wine vinegar and lemon. Squeeze in it. But definitely lemon. But I actually like that combination of a little red wine vinegar and lemon. So that's what I also learned at this restaurant, was that you dress different components of the salad differently. So that had white wine vinegar on it, and extra virgin olive oil. This one has lemon, red wine vinegar, and I'm going to use a lighter olive oil rather than, oh, I hadn't opened that one yet. Just a little bit of a lighter olive oil. Because you know how the extra strength of the extra virgin, it can pair well with the citrus. The citrus holds up, but the fennel is more delicate. So just a little less pungency. Okay, then, again, very easy. I just top the middle of the salad with a pile of the fennel right in the middle. And I still let the sides then of all of that citrus show. So now it looks like that. See if I can do it at an angle again where you can see with the light. Juice is dripping there on my board. But it's just beautiful. Then, for the final little fun, if you're doing it for friends or presentation, I get the fronds from the fennel. I just pick a couple of them off, like that. A couple of the fronds, and I just place them over the top or tuck them in, so it looks like that. You have a little center garnish of the fennel fronds. This is the most delicious salad. My friends have loved it, and I did a variation once for New Year's Eve, and I put lumped crab meat on top too. That was amazing. So I need to get myself tongs that I forgot to bring over. And maybe another dish. Okay. Actually, I'm going to use the pink dish that I had before. So, let me wipe that out first. I said this was impromptu. I just was like, I'm going to just do it. Go for it. Experiment, see how it goes. This is how I like to serve it when I'm serving people. I usually try to help them with it, so I will get underneath and get several of the different types. Well, I'll get the pink grapefruit, the cara cara, there's navel, and blood orange. Let me get one of those dark blood oranges to give it, okay? So this is what I will serve it like that. I make like a little mini version of the platter. And then I grab a little bit of the fennel, like that, and put it on top. So I give them a miniature version of what the salad looked like on the platter. And we have that. And finally, I didn't even bring a fork. So I'm going to get a fork. Now, I also should get a knife. I do have a knife here. I have a little knife to cut. You know, in the restaurant, they also, you can also segment. Like you don't have to do the pinwheels. I love the pinwheels, but you can also do a segment where you cut away from all of that. You know what? I'll show you that in a moment with that grapefruit. Oh my God. The combination of all of those flavors being distinct, yet complementary and harmonious. This is just my most refreshing salad that I absolutely love. So while I think about it, I'll give you the other option. You know, you can find your own variations of things, obviously. You know, use the citrus you have or want. These are the ones I advise of because I think you get the nice variety of sweetness and acidity. Oh, this is a lovely pink grapefruit. Look at this color. Okay. So instead of cutting it into, oops, gotta get that white pith off. Instead of cutting it into wheels, this is a little trickier because you have to do it with your hand. You get the knife, you need a sharp knife, and you find one edge of the segment where the pith is. You flap it over, then you go to the other on the inside and cut in and out so that you have the segment. And you just keep flipping. You flip that little sort of like flap of the pith, go in for the other side, carve, then the next one. This wasn't the best grapefruit, so you really when they're really taut. Let me see, that was a harder one. But I wanted to give you the idea of what you can do by cutting them off and just getting segments. Anyway, what you'll end up with when you're done is all the flaps in the middle, and all the segments will be in your bowl. But you can arrange with both. You could have some of the pinwheels in the middle, and you can have like little petals of segments on the outside. So it's all your preference. This is just to kind of give you an idea of what you can create, you know, on a bigger plate, a round plate. But the idea is to layer the citrus, definitely have the shallots and the extra virgin olive oil, and then the brightness of the fennel with lemon and red wine vinegar. You will have a winner, I think, for your friends. So, well, this was my first excursion here in my kitchen to present something to you, and maybe it'll be the first of more. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
Oh my goodness, Lenny, that salad looks amazing. I wish I was there in Johnstown to share that with you. And I have the perfect drink to go along with it. So, as many of you know, I've been making drinks for our videos and I'm really enjoying myself. So I thought I would make an orange citrus drink to go with Lenny's salad. So I've got my glass here. I'm going to start putting these on my blog too. So if you want to get the recipe, crushed ice in a glass. And look what I found. I found the brand new Orange Crush Coca-Cola. I have not tried this yet. This is going to be fun. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some orange slices and I'm just going to put them in my glass here to kind of make a pretty citrusy design. You can kind of put these in, and let me do this. I'm going to put 2 orange slices in there. I'm going to give it some color and a little bit of flavor. Next up, I'm going to take my orange cream Coca-Cola. Oh, wow. This is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. It actually looks like Coca-Cola. I thought it was going to be orange. This is interesting. I'm glad I put the oranges in there because that's going to brighten this drink up a little bit. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Lenny's Retro Kitchen. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. I have my Coca-Cola cream soda. Next, you can't do anything without the whipped cream. You need the whipped cream for the little bit of vanilla. You guys know how much I like vanilla and everything. So I'm going to put this on top. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at this. Oh, wow, this looks delicious. And then the final thing I'm going to add is some Trader Joe's fruit jellies. Now, these are amazing. They look like little fruit squares, and I'm just going to put them on top because they're beautiful. I love them. And then we're going to put our straw in. So look at that. This is going to go perfectly with Lenny's salad. Are you ready? I'm going to try this out and see what I think. Oh, that's delicious. Oh my gosh. Orange cream Coca-Cola tastes really, really good. And look at that with the orange slices in there. I think I have a winner. Lenny, I'm going to make you one of these when you come to Cleveland. Thank you so much to Lenny for creating that beautiful salad. And I'm going to go finish my drink. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.